From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back. It's time for the nation's sharpest opinion. And tonight I want to raise an issue before you, a matter of great concern that we must all keep in mind and come together as a nation for. Dear viewers of Republic, supporters of Republic, 24 million Indians use the Indian Railways every single day. Approximately 400 million Indians take the trains of the Indian Railways every month. Just for the summer season this year, the Indian Railways recorded 9,000 plus train journeys. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here tonight to tell you that we are worried there is a major conspiracy against the Indian Railways. Parts of it which have come on record, but large parts of it which remain unsaid. The Kalindi Express almost derailed near Kanpur last night, if not for the fantastic, brave loco pilot who intervened, ladies and gentlemen. With approximately 1,500 people on board, it would have been a terrible, terrible incident. And I say so because I am tired of hearing the word train accident. An accident is that which is not deliberate. But the tracks had a cylinder. I want to run the pictures. In the midst of it, there was a bottle placed strategically filled with petrol right near the tracks, adjacent to which there was a sweet box laden with explosives. So tonight I say this is no train accident averted. This is a train attack averted, ladies and gentlemen. The triple redundancy factor of the attack, where if the cylinder fails, the petrol will set it ablaze, and to top it off, a box full of explosives, ensuring maximum immediate impact and damage. I say, let's probe it officially as a terrorist attack. And I say so responsibly, because it cannot be a series of coincidences that have been going on. That there have been at least 3 more instances of cylinders being planted on train tracks in the last 3 months. The sad thing is that some opposition parties only look at these incidents and use it as an opportunity to target the Minister of Railways, to target the government, to target the Modi government. They don't want to look at the reality. They won't talk about it. If our nation is under attack, if attempts that groups that want to balkanize the country are placing the country under attack, and if they are targeting the Indian Railways, which unites the country, for God's sake, let's come together and understand what's going on. It cannot be a coincidence that on July 16th, a YouTuber was arrested in Bhiwani for placing a cylinder on the railway track. On the 1st of August, another individual was arrested in Lucknow division after a gas cylinder and a bicycle was placed on the tracks to derail a train. On the 2nd of August, another case was registered by the police for a cylinder on the track amongst other sharp objects. This is not a coincidence. It cannot be a coincidence that in the span of exactly 1 month, August 8th to September 8th, the tracks near Nagpur specifically have seen two separate conspiracies to derail trains. Imagine, viewers, for those running the Indian Railways, for the Union Minister, for the government, what a worry it will be, but what a responsibility it also is. What should we do at a time like this? We should all come together. We should support all those who are working day and night, ladies and gentlemen, to keep the Indian Railways together. We must not start provoking people What I have seen of late, what Rahul Gandhi has been doing is deplorable. He takes 25 camera crew, does a film, tries to show solidarity with loco workers one day, then tries to show solidarity with trackmen one day, but what he's doing is inciting. He has no solution in mind. And he knows that the Indian Railways keeps the country together. So when you break the workforce of the Indian Railways, you are trying to break the country apart. Rahul Gandhi, don't do this. And viewers, continuing, I would say it cannot be a coincidence that just on the eve of Ganesh Chaturthi in India, the ISIS-linked terrorist in Pakistan, Faratullah Ghori, who was the mastermind of the cylinder blast in Rameshwaram Cafe in Bengaluru, puts out a video calling for some sort of rail jihad against India effectively. And then a series of attempted derailments begin to mushroom. This has all been reported. I hope the government is looking at it. What I'm saying tonight is these are not just acts of derailments. These are not small accidents. These are not accidents averted. These are acts of terrorism averted. And to all those people targeting India, I want to say the more you target us, the more we will unite. And we will investigate all these incidents. I'm sure the government is, NIA, Railways Ministries is, they must be probed and spoken about as acts of potential terrorism. We cannot dilute the significance. We can't be politically correct about these things anymore, ladies and gentlemen. It's about national safety. We must get to the bottom of it. Just as we must get to the bottom of what actually happened in Balasore in Orissa with 296 people officially killed. We want to know. The nation will demand to know the truth. And I believe it is time to bust this conspiracy against the Indian Railways. It's time for us to come together. No politics, please, ladies and gentlemen, on this. No politics on this. When our nation is under threat, and please think of what I've been saying repeatedly and see if you believe in this argument and you connect the dots. I believe our nation is under threat. If you go anywhere globally now, viewers, you see their infrastructure. It's crumbling apart. Their airports, their railways, their roads, their infrastructure. And then you come to India and you see what's happening. The way we are growing, the way they are falling, do you not think that the enemies of the country will be jealous of our growth and try to stop it? Do you believe those enemies may not include Mir Jafars in India, terrorists abroad, foreign forces, intelligence agencies, the deep state? So what I'm saying is no conspiracy theory. It is the reality, the unspoken reality, and only one network will tell you the reality, however harsh it is. Ladies and gentlemen, let's come together for the country. Let's debate.
Cylinder tactically kept on railway tracks. Petrol bottles kept near tracks. Explosives wrapped in a sweet box.
ये वही स्पॉट है जहां पर एक बैग मिला था. बैग में मिठाई का डिब्बा था जिसमें बारूद होने की बात की पुष्टि हुई थी, जिसके बाद से लगातार जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन है वो जारी है. कई जिलों से कई लोगों को हिरासत में लेकर उनसे भी पूछताछ की जा रही है, चूँकि इस पूरी साजिश के पीछे कौन लोग हैं, किनका हाथ है, ये जानने के लिए लगातार एजेंसीज जो हैं वो काम कर रही हैं. तो साफ तौर पर आपको बता दें, एक बड़ी साजिश के तहत इस पूरी घटना को अंजाम देने की कोशिश की गई थी, जिसके बाद से लगातार जो जांच है वो तेज़ है.
The attempt to derail Prayagraj Bhiwani Kalindi Express is a clear conspiracy. Preliminary investigation of the police suggests that the cylinder's presence on the track is definitely part of a larger conspiracy to execute a mass accident.
निश्चित तौर पे साजिश है, ये बड़ी साजिश है और इस तरह से सिलेंडर गैस पे रखना ये एक बहुत बड़ी शरारत की गई है और इसको हम लोग उसी रूप में ले रहे हैं और उसका हम लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं शीघ्र ही अनावरण करें.
This is not just one incident. In 2023, train derailment in Odisha's Baleshwar in which 293 people lost their lives was a deliberate attempt to cause loss to human life by tampering with the signals and the railway tracks. Uttar Uttar Pradesh has registered most number of cases. On August 8th, Sabarmati Express was under attack in the same region. Subsequent derailments of the Howrah Express, derailment in Jamshedpur, and the Kanchenjunga Howrah Express accident in Darjeeling, among many others, have raised concerns over targeted sabotage against the Indian Railways. Just last month, a YouTuber named Gulzar Sheikh was arrested by the police for deliberately placing dangerous items on railway tracks to create what he called content for his social media accounts. Just last month, Faratullah Gauri, the ISIS-linked terrorist based in Pakistan, who is believed to be the mastermind behind the terrible Rameshwaram cafe blast in Bengaluru, was seen explicitly urging Muslim youth in India to target railways and other transportation networks. With continual attempt to derail trains, is there a conspiracy against Indian railways?
So this is an important point, viewers, and it has not been reported. It's the most underreported case of multiple cases of sabotage and terrorism, I believe, against the Indian Railways. I don't know why the media is refusing to talk about it. We must speak about it. We must unite. With me today, Rohan Gupta of the BJP. Abhishek Sudhir comes in as an analyst on this subject. We have retired DIG NND Dubey. He is a Kirti Chakra awardee, which, as we all know, is the second highest gallantry award in defense. And in case you don't know, that was given to retired DIG NND Dubey for eliminating Ghazi Baba and his team of the Jaish-e-Mohammed who conspired in the parliament attack. So it's an honor to have you in our Republic studios. And because you know how these things happen. And on the other side, I have Syed Asad Abbas. I don't want two sides, actually. I want one side on this. And I have Major Ashish Chaturvedi of SP, and we have some more guests joining in. Now, tell me, Mr. Dubey, what is going on here? You know, today, what happens is when an accident happens or when a tragedy happens, everybody says big rail tragedy. When an accident is averted or when an attack is averted, nobody reports it. It goes a single column in a newspaper. Unless people die in this country, nobody talks about lives saved. What do you think has happened with this passenger train Kalindi Express traveling from Prayagraj to Bhiwani in Haryana? It hits, and run visuals please, an LPG cylinder. Suddenly, a train moving at over 100 kilometers an hour hits an LPG cylinder placed, there are pictures, on a stretch of railway track near Kanpur. Now, these people had dug a pit and had kept the cylinder in it. Upper part of the cylinder was damaged, no leakage was found anywhere near the cylinder. And there were also a sweet box full of explosives put there, which means somebody is doing something. And there are 1,500 people on that train. What, in your view, was this all about? Mr. Dubey.
Sir, basically, this is a very planned strategy going on in our country since many years. Unfortunate part is it's underreported. In this particular case which you are referring,
yes,
basically, it's not a question that somebody gives logic, there was no detonator, there was no explosive. It's an entire train tragedy is based on mass and momentum. A train is moving at a speed of 120 kilometers.
Yes.
And we are going to target for bullet train 320 kilometers in future. Rather, our few trains are running 180 kilometers per hour also. So you imagine, if somebody puts even a cylinder on the railway track, it's a good enough to derail the train. It's not a question only to explode. If you put some solid obstruct, if you put some slab on the railway track, so in this case, the gas cylinder has been thrown 50 meters away from the railway track. See the impact part.
Yes.
Leakage is, it may cause some burn, some rupture, and what you're talking about, the sweet box where the some match boxes were kept.
What they are doing, they are even taking out the match boxes, that explosive part on the tip and from the cracker also. They are assembling it locally because this is ISIS teaching that why you want RDX. If you want to do something in your own country, you use the local material.
Why do you say ISIS teaching?
Yeah, that's ISIS teaching. And the same thing had happened in the period of Indian Mujahideen also. If you take the Sramjeevi Express blast, what they did the same thing. They always use local material to cause bigger havoc. And if a driver applies the brake, that if 5 or 7 bogies are derailed from the railway track, their aim is over. Their aim is achieved. And it's happening series by series. Even in this 2024, so many 5 to 6 significant cases have happened. And they have not been reported properly. Because in the cases where some technical issue is there, railway track is cracked, it comes after investigation. But why somebody will put such type of substance on the railway track?
Now you're seeing some pictures there, you have this so-called, we keep the pictures on please, those previous pictures. A YouTuber says, he's arrested. YouTuber says, I'm making a YouTube video. Look at that full frame please, ladies and gentlemen. This is the kind of stuff that goes on. YouTuber says, I'm making a video. He places all kinds of things, objects, hard metal objects, which include cylinder.
Yes.
Which include a cycle.
Yes.
And anything which can disrupt the momentum.
Yes.
Or cause a momentary, however split-second lack of stability in a train moving at over 120 kilometers an hour. This is not innocent stuff.
In one of the cases...
What do you think is this? This is, you see, he's showing it also. So it's almost like the YouTuber is almost, he's putting soap, what is it about?
I was little disturbed yesterday by reading comments of some people about these stones.
Yeah.
See, a person having a different perspective can say, ki with this stone cause a real accident. But I tell you, it can cause. A small stone cannot cause. If it is like in one of the cases, they had put alloy wheel on the railway track.
Yeah.
In one case, they had put a complete cement slab on the railway track. And in Kerala, few cases, even the coconut trees were cut and put on the railway track. And since last 10 years, I am very sure that more than 122 cases of such attempt have happened in Kerala. And average 10 cases per year, and 24, there are 22 cases in Kerala.
Now, all kinds of theories about what had happened in Odisha. There are theories about what had happened in Odisha where 296 people were killed in Balasore.
Yes.
Now, I believe that if there is information available that that was a terrorist attack or attack by even a lone wolf, highly radicalized Islamist fundamentalist,
yes,
we should not be politically correct, we should put the information out. And I would appeal to the Government of India, the Ministry of Information and the Railway Ministry to put out the information so that people know that there is a conspiracy. And the reason I'm saying this is because otherwise, you see, Rahul Gandhi goes there and provokes trackmen, Abhishek.
Yes.
He provokes a trackman one day, Rohan, then he provokes a loco worker. He says, you're not being treated well, Modi government is not treating you well. So he's doing the political narrative and these people are doing the terrorism. Rohan first and then I'm coming to you. Rohan, this is very dangerous. What Rahul Gandhi has been doing over the last 2 months on railway is very dangerous. Rohan.
See, Arnab, we need to understand one thing in the whole scenario. One is accidents, which is not done by anybody. This is like, some carelessness or something. Second is conspiracy.
Yes.
Both the incidents are very, very serious. Yes, you have to make government responsible for both of them. But the important thing here is when accidents happen, you go to social media, you make big issue against the government. When this kind of conspiracy points come, everybody is silent in opposition.
Correct.
That is something is very, very disturbing for me. See, any government in power, Arnab, it is their responsibility to ensure the safety of rail passengers. Not even a single incident should happen. But why there is a silence when you have these conspiracies, when you find a gas cylinder on the track, where you find the stones, where you find the cylinder. So why you are silent? Let us all together be united when any conspiracy against the country, we all should be united. Yes, again I am saying it's a responsibility of government. But opposition should be serious enough that they cannot play politics in each and everything. They have to be serious in their role as opposition.
Kapil and Ashish.
Just criticism for the sake of criticism, and when conspiracy happens, they
Today's
keep their
pictures,
mouth
please, in the
shut.
middle, top
This
right.
cannot happen. Let me give you statistics, Arnab, here. If you compare 10 years of UPA government, the incidents, the real incidents are 1711. Now they have been brought down to 638. The budget, the rail safety budget has been 8.5 lakh crores. In the UPA, it was 1 lakh crore. People who have lost their life were 2,500 under UPA. Now it has come down to 1,200. I am not justifying it. I am saying, as opposition parties, you have right
But
to question
Rohan,
government. But why you become
we need
silent
to-
when there is a
Rohan,
conspiracy?
see,
Why don't you
Rohan,
speak when
can
it
I
is
come in
about
here,
the
please?
country?
I don't mean to advise you. I never do to political parties. But the narrative has to be corrected now. Because, I don't think the government is aggressively enough putting out the narrative of about this sabotage on the Indian railways. So it's very easy for Rahul Gandhi couple to go with 25 people, drone cameras, make a reel saying that सबको खराब ट्रीटमेंट दिया जा रहा है, इंडियन रेलवेज में ये प्रॉब्लम है, आप ये जाति के हैं, ये जाति के हैं, कास्ट सेंसस करो रेलवेज में, irresponsible talk. The situation, Kapil, is very, very serious. There are 10 suspects the police has detained in this case.
Let me make a quick,
let me put it this way. Criminals from Kanpur to Kannauj are on the police radar. Police are also questioning suspicious people from nearby villages. The police is investigating the background of tenants. A team is working on which agency the cylinder was brought from. The LIU team, crime branch, and I think NIA should also come into this. It's serious.
They have come in.
NIA is also coming in.
NIA and ATS.
Yes, Kapil. Yes, Kapil.
I heard Mr. Rohan Gupta, however, he was prattling, for long without addressing the real issue, which is the core, of the discussion. Now, even if there is a conspiracy theory, this particular incident has happened where? It has happened at Kanpur. Who has police intelligence at their command? UP police, and at the center, it is the central government. Let me also tell our viewers that our railways also have a separate railway police, which I'm sure and I expect that they will also have their intelligence department to take care of these kind of issues and if the crimes are committed during the railway lines. Now, I ask a question, from Mr. Gupta here. If these kind of incidents are happening, which are absolutely very, very serious, is it not the government's responsibility to take accountability of this failure? Because they have failed. They have failed to prevent these kind of incidents. And one after the other, you are, seeing these kind of incidents which are getting discovered. Now, it is very easy for you to come on the channel and, you want to blame the opposition rather than taking your own responsibility because it's your
No, but
own
why won't the
failure.
Congress party
You are
blame
not
Faratullah
able to
Ghori
take
also?
care. Mr. Gupta, let me
Why
tell
won't you? No, I am asking you. Why won't you blame Faratullah Ghori?
Have the courage and admit on a channel that yes, it's an intelligence failure on your part.
Oh, God.
Yes, admit on a
Who will
channel
go
it's
on?
an opportunity.
Abhishek is
for
coming
you.
in on.
It is
Abhishek
very
is
easy
going
to
in on
blame
that. Yeah,
you.
Abhishek is
That
countering
the
Kapil.
opposition-
Now listen, I've heard you. Kapil, I've heard you. Now let me speak. Yes,
An
come on.
accident, or if it
Kapil,
is a-
Abhishek's countering. You
Simple.
asked Rohan, Abhishek's countering. Debate is on. We hear the other side tonight, viewers. And if you believe that this is the most underreported story on national television, please raise an outcry over it. Because I'm sick and tired of these films being made by your leader using expensive drones and multi-crore film equipment. You made this into a joke. If Rahul Gandhi can, let him run the Indian Railways for half a day.
Your viewers are watching. Mr. Gupta doesn't have an answer. Mr. Gupta doesn't have
I
an answer.
definitely have answer.
I'm giving you an answer.
I have the answer.
Go on, please,
Listen,
Abhishek.
miserably.
What are you talking?
You are not able to take accountability for both the failure
Absolutely, I
and
started
about
with that.
accountability.
conspiracy.
You're not
You want to talk about
understanding
what
the
happened in
point.
2008 in Mumbai? You want to talk about German
You are-
bakery
you
blast?
are just
Tell me
going
what
You want to
away
talk
from
about
the
the number of terror attacks that took place under UPA rule?
2,500 people died in your government. And still you are questioning BJP.
One minister in this government, in your government, though you are very new in this government.
1711 incident.
Let Rohan counter this. I'm coming to
1711
you. Yeah, Rohan.
Responsibility.
See, it is very...
Kapil, now
See, I
hear him. Now you
started-
made your point. It's open now.
Arnab, one
It's
thing is
open
very
now,
clear.
Kapil.
I
I've opened
started
it.
the
Let him
debate
counter you. Allow the
telling-
opening now, please.
Yeah. So, Arnab, when I started my point, I was very, very clear that it is the responsibility of any government in power. That was my first sentence. My point is not here. We have to address this, and government is working on that. And again, I gave the statistics. From 1711, if incidents have come down to 638, it means that government is working on that. It means that 8 lakh crore which has been spent on railway safety is working. It is a responsibility of government. But it is shame on opposition parties that you are talking only about the accidents and you are keeping silence on the conspiracy. Because there also you want to play politics. You cannot play politics at the cost of the country, at the cost of our railway passengers, at the cost of our citizens. You have to be serious. You are posting videos when accidents happen. You are keeping silent when conspiracies happen. Nobody says it is not responsibility of government.
Show me the
But why you
previous
are keeping
incidents
silent?
from
Why you are
Mysore.
not questioning people who are appealing to put the things on velvet
I
bags and
tell you, Rohan,
Absolutely
Rohan, there was an image. I don't think I have it with me right now. 1 minute, please. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. See, viewers, the enemies of India will always target what they hate the most about India, and what they hate the most about India is our democracy and our infrastructure, and that is why our parliament was attacked. And shame on the Congress party and the National Conference for coming together, and the National Conference, obviously with the support of the Congress party, saying things in support of Afzal Guru. I also saw that happen this weekend, and I was appalled. My blood was boiling. I said, what is this? You know, Rahul Gandhi and Amar Abdullah still support Afzal Guru right now. They don't have the guts to come out and say that that man deserved to die.
It's been years since he's
No,
dead.
they don't want to
still
say
cry
it
for
because vote bank politics.
Vote bank. No,
My question is, viewers, Faratullah Gori, is this man a terrorist?
Yes.
On social media, he says to his followers, I'll run the picture. He says their infrastructure is our target. Their infrastructure is your target.
Yes.
Our infrastructure. Our infrastructure, Major Ashish Chaturvedi, is their target. He says, cripple the infrastructure, target supply chain, target petrol pipeline, target transport system, target railway lines. Rahul Gandhi, please be serious. Stop trying to create internal divide when people like him are already targeting the country. I want Major Ashish Chaturvedi. The debate is very serious, ladies and gentlemen, because this is a terrorist conspiracy against our country. Major Chaturvedi.
Arnab, I'd like to respond to that, not as a leader of Samajwadi Party, but with my experience of the army background and handling of terrorists, which I had in JNK. You know, these people you have the proactive terrorist group, you have the sleepers.
Louder.
Not all the activities are carried out by the active elements of any organization, but the most of the intelligence gathering, the planning and facilitation is done through the sleeper cell. Now, why these things are on the rise, or why these things are, that has to be our focus. Because we have to, as a responsible opposition, and as a citizen of this country, it's our responsibility that
Sir, this is 1 minute. Major, your video is frozen, but I want to respond to you. I think you can hear me, but I'll respond to you. Sir, don't get into this. We must understand, we must analyze why the terrorism is happening. That is exactly the argument of every terrorist group. If I were to ask you this same man, for example, so 1 minute, this same man, for example, Faratullah Gori, you are saying he's from Hyderabad. I think he is. He was the mastermind of the 2001 Akshardham temple attack. 30 people died, 80 people were injured. Right?
Yes,
right?
yes.
And the 2004 terrorist suicide attack on the task force office in Hyderabad.
Yes.
2023 Rameshwaram cafe blast. Now tell me, sir, what had the people going to Rameshwaram cafe? What fault was theirs? What was the fault of Akshardham Mandir? It's just hatred for Hinduism.
True.
Just hatred. Hatred for anything to do with Hinduism. These people. These are very radicalized people. And they don't represent any religion. We must not allow them. But you must not build that argument also. I think it's irresponsible. You must take that back. Major Chaturvedi. As a former army officer, you can't go into, let's go into the root cause of terrorism argument. I don't expect that from you, sir.
I'm not going into that. In fact, I was saying the same thing, that we have to find a solution to this. We are not playing the blame game. We have
all out crackdown. Bulldozer approach. Sir, bulldozer approach, nothing else. Should I open up the lines on this? You want to hear? I say tonight, only this absolute, anybody to do anything to do with terrorism, have the bulldozer approach. That's the only way. Now, the moment that happens, I don't want Syed Asad Abbas to wave, oh, human rights violated, collateral damage, Islamophobia. It's got nothing to do with Islam. Why link it to Islamophobia? Syed Asad Abbas, these incidents are not a coincidence. We need to act.
Arnab, I've always believed in one thing
Kapil
which
and
Republic
said
and you as a
visuals
journalist have stayed by: nation first. You know, our Prophet in the Quran says, Hubbul Watan, love for the country, live for the country, your patriotism till the last drop of blood for the country. I, as a responsible young Indian Muslim on India's biggest channel, Republic TV, I tell you, Arnab,
Respond to me
Farrukhullah Ghori must be condemned by every Indian Muslim, every Indian Hindu, every Indian true to its blood, be it the BJP or the opposition
But next
party.
1 year, at least should Rahul Gandhi stop trying to break the railways?
Influenced by this man.
Next 1 year, can Rahul Gandhi take a break from trying to break the railways? Somebody's put it in his head, take your film crew, break the railways.
When it comes to the Indian railways...
No, why has he done that?
In your
why did he say that trackmen are like Mahadalits of the railways? Why did he say? Did he say that, Ashok? He said trackmen are the Mahadalits of the... It's a responsible talk? At a time when this Gori fellow is trying to target the railways, is it responsible for Rahul Gandhi to add ammo to that?
Can I give you a quick
No, I'm sorry, it's irresponsible.
When it comes to the Indian railways,
Can I just give you a quick response?
What quick response will you give, Kapil? You have no response on that.
Hold on.
What response do you have to that?
Hold on, my friend.
Mr. Gupta, since Mr. Gupta is
Can I be allowed to
I
complete
challenge
my
Mr.
point?
Gupta here. Sayyid, just a minute. I challenge Mr. Gupta
Kapil, don't
here.
interrupt,
Can he
man. My turn to speak.
Can he tell the viewers how many linemen have lost their life in train accident? Can he give the number here?
What
If he
politics
gives the
you are
number,
playing here?
Ye dekho
Again, you are
politics.
dividing it.
Rohan.
he gives the number. If he
What
gives
is
the
he
number,
talking,
you will
Arnab?
do it.
This is too much. Now they are
He does not have the
dividing
number.
linemen,
I
they are
challenge
dividing
him.
drivers, they are
I
dividing
challenge
co-pilots, they
him.
are dividing
I
police.
challenge
What they are
I
doing?
challenge Mr. Gupta.
They are dividing everybody.
You don't have no number.
What is it
You
doing?
have
I don't
absolutely
understand
no
this.
idea.
Kapil,
You have
it
no
is a
number.
matter of shame that you people are
Nothing.
dividing everything.
You are clueless.
You are talking about the conspiracies.
You are clueless,
You tell me
Mr.
how
Gupta.
much your government did
So,
in stopping
how many
2,500 people
linemen
losing
have
their
lost
life.
their life?
How many of your ministers have resigned? None of the ministers have resigned. One incident happened. You kept silent for 10 years. That is, it is shame on you.
No, but
Today
at
you
the
are
same
coming
time, if I would concede, Rohan, that if I want to go to Mr. Dubey, if our railways are under attack, and we've sort of established a case for that, these incidents are not a coincidence. What do? We can't stop building bullet trains, Vande Bharat's expanding, making our trains faster. We can't stop because these are terrorist attacks or terrorist attempts. The incidents are clear. What do? What is our alternative now? What's your take?
Sir, actually, we are the, as you know, the second largest, or if you say the first USA and then Russia, China, and we are equal to those countries as well. We run 27,000 kilometer railway track in India.
True.
We are running 14,000 trains per day. And the mass, the human being we are transporting is biggest in the world.
Yeah.
So, this is one of the well thought upon area by the terrorists, by the jihadi elements, to create chaos and sense of fear in the mind of people.
True.
You try first to kill. If killing is not possible, then at least terrorize the whole society.
And will it help the terrorists if a political party immediately uses it as cannon fodder? Because Mr. Gori, this terrorist, this
Abu Shopian, his code name is
Faratullah Ghori, whatever he is, this terrorist, he would be encouraged by the fact that the Congress party is anyway using every incident to divide, to break. He's trying to, I mean, when he would see Rahul Gandhi, trying to call railway trackmen Mahadalits, trying to instigate people, that would be encouraging. And I think that's utterly irresponsible. I will not avoid the elephant in the room. That's the real issue.
That is the aims what they are doing.
Yes.
Aim number one is, I'll tell you.
Allow us to please
Aim
address
number one is,
solutions to this, please.
No, before solutions,
Let's look at the
I
problem.
want a commitment here, and that's what people like Kapil should say, that Rahul Gandhi should stop trying to make things easier for the terrorists. Yes, please. That's as clear a commitment as I want. Is there a fair commitment to what? Abhishek,
He's not going to give you any commitment.
2 versus 2. Yeah.
You spoke of the enemies of India. Who is the biggest enemy of India today? I would say it's Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi has an insidious plan. Divide the Hindus, unite the Muslims. Right? We have a Samajwadi Party spokesperson here. We all know what happened when Simi was operating in Uttar Pradesh. Every time a Simi operative was arrested, Mulayam Singh Yadav, Indian Mujahideen, the UPA government would ensure they're released. Look, intelligence operations, and Mr. Dubey will confirm this, starts from the beat cop, starts from the patrol. Congress party would interfere at that basic level where you can't even gather intelligence. We all remember Batla House. They're still crying for Afzal Guru. Do they cry for the victims of the terror attacks in Mumbai? Rahul Gandhi has the audacity to bring in caste everywhere. You bring in caste in the railways. You bring in caste in the bureaucracy. Oh, who is that person making a halwa? What is his caste? And then you talk about Mohabbat ki dukaan. He says in the United States, I've brought in love into Indian politics. Really? By perpetuating caste, by dividing Hindus on the basis of caste, what did Yogi Adityanath say? Baatenge to marenge. And that's exactly what's going to happen. After June 4th, Mr. Goswami, notice what's happened. Three Samajwadi Party leaders accused of rape. Three Samajwadi Party leaders accused of rape. Attack in Balasore, railway incidents. Gulzar Sheikh, the YouTuber, you didn't name him, I'll name him. His name is Gulzar Sheikh, placing LPG cylinders on the track. What is this? And Abbas has a big smile on his face. Come on, Abbas.
Abbas and Kapil.
We are Bangaloreans. Abbas, we all know what is happening in Bangalore. We all know what Sidramaiah is doing.
Yeah.
We all know how emboldened the radical terror elements of Bangalore are right now. We know what's happening. Everywhere the Congress comes to power, terrorists gets emboldened. If Rahul Gandhi becomes Prime Minister in 2029, we're entering another bloody decade of terrorism, Mr. Goswami. Mumbai will be under attack. Delhi will be under attack. Bangalore will be under attack. Your studio will be under attack. Tomorrow, Rahul Gandhi, the amount of hatred he incites against you personally, journalists will be under attack. Right? Brahmins will be under attack. He will say, kill the upper caste. Tomorrow, Rahul Gandhi will say, kill the upper caste. Will Kapil Madan clap? Kapil? PDA. पिछले क्यों clap? मारो ब्राह्मण को मारो, सवर्ण समाज को मारो, ताली बजाओगे आप? जाति 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 लाओगे हर जगह? 5,000 years we fought against caste.
Can I come in, Arnab?
5,000 years we fought against caste. And you want to bring caste into it? Should we do Shia Sunni? Should we do Ahmadiyya as well? Should we do a caste census in Muslims? This is pathetic, Mr. Goswami. I can't believe I did the bidding of this opposition for several years. I'm ashamed of myself. I mean, Rohan Gupta and me have been on the other side of the divide. Let me tell you how these people think. They hate India. Their thing is destroy the BJP, desh baad mein jaye. The hatred for Modi is so strong.
But when these incidents happen, and I want to run that full frame, when like today's incident happened, do you realize the Lutyens media does not want to talk about it? They are underreporting today's incident. Do you think that's accidental?
Underreporting? They are reporting.
They are not reporting.
You're the only 9 p.m.
They
debate.
are not debating this.
You're
tonight.
the only 9 p.m.
There has
debate.
been a deliberate attempt to derail the Kalindi Express. And it was at the last minute when the pilot heard the suspicious sound of the cylinder hitting the train. He had to apply the emergency brakes immediately between Barajpur and Bilor regions, stopping the movement. It was just on the nick of time. And today, the media, the Lutyens media, is avoiding this subject because you see, it is not in line with Rahul Gandhi's constant attempts to break loco workers from trackmen and say there's a caste system in the Indian railways. Shame on you guys for doing this. Do you think people don't read between the lines, Kapil? Do you think we don't understand? And today, let me tell you, we completely, I mean, that pilot today, how many these pilots are people who are highly motivated? Do you think that pilot has averted the accident? If he's not motivated, he's risked his own life out there. It is so easy for Rahul Gandhi to take 25 multi-crore cameras, drones, shoot something and provoke them. Rahul Gandhi won't have the guts to look that loco worker in the eye, and the loco worker will say, I did what I have done because it is my duty and because I am motivated.
He'll ask his caste.
But to break that loco worker and tell him this is your caste, and you are effectively a higher caste and the trackman is a lower caste is a crime, an unpardonable crime. And Kapil, I am glad this, these exposes are happening. Yes, go on. You mentioned. No, do you think the collisions are a coincidence? Do you think on 31st August, when there was a collision of a goods train with a motorcycle scrap kept on a railway track in Rajasthan, if that accident happened, you would have been the first person to say Ashwini Vaishnav should resign. You would have said Ashwini Vaishnav should resign. Then tell me today, Kapil, 1 minute. Tell me, you people were exulting when you saw the pictures of Ashwini Vaishnav hunched on a railway track after Balasore.
They celebrate railway
you were celebrating railway accidents at that time. Did you ever say It was. Did you ever speak? Do you suspect it was an act of terrorism?
I am saying here.
Do you suspect Balasore was an act of terrorism?
Arnab, he should.
Do you suspect? Or have you stopped thinking?
I don't want to even say that he should take accountability. He should continue to make reels because that's where he is good at, and he should continue doing that stuff. And allow me to make.
You say Rahul Gandhi should continue making reels. Sir, India is not about making reels. We don't want reels. This is wrong. You made a casual comment. Rahul Gandhi should. Does making reels serve the purpose of the people of the country?
I am saying when one after the other you have
this reductionist argument.
You have cases of conspiracy. Then what is you doing? Where are the results?
Where are the results?
Situation. And you don't want to
name one terror attack in Mumbai. Name one terror attack in Mumbai or Delhi or Bangalore since 2014. Since 2014, name one terror attack in a major Indian city.
Sudhir, I never interrupted you.
I will interrupt anti-nationals all I want, man. Look at what happened in 2000 in Mumbai. You want a repeat of that? Kapil, which caste are you, Kapil?
No, don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't reduce everything to caste. You also stop here. Rohan is on the debate. All I'm saying is Faratullah Gori has a history of masterminding terror attacks in India, and I want to say this tonight with all seriousness. There is a whole generation that does not even remember 26/11. Imagine that if you were born after 2002, 2003, which means you're 21 years old and of voting age in this country, and you've cast a vote. It is possible you were 4 or 5 or 6 years old when 26/11 happened. You may not even know. You may take the present situation in the country where there are no transistor bombs. We grew up in a country, Kapil, where there were transistor bombs. We were afraid of going on DTC buses. We didn't know whether we will come back alive or dead. We remember that country. We are saying tonight our country is under threat, and people say, no, Arnab is putting out a conspiracy theory. I'm not, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm telling you, wake up to the reality. For I remember the 4 days I reported non-stop on 26/11. We have forgotten the reality of this kind of fundamentalist terrorism.
IED
and I'm saying, wake up, viewers, today.
The IED does not know caste. The improvised explosive device
wake up.
Caste and religion.
No, Syed, it has become serious.
Muslims died in 26/11 too.
Yeah,
don't forget that.
Yeah, Syed Asad Abbas.
Arnab.
Absolutely not. The fact of the matter, Arnab, as a matter of fact, I do remember vividly from the
Lost you
and
there.
indeed responsible journalism, unlike what Lutyens did. But the fact we need to understand here is solutions are needed, and the solutions are here. Any videos, let me tell you this, Arnab, Faratullah Gori or any member of the ISIS, I think there's a larger responsibility here.
No, larger responsibility. Rahul Gandhi does not understand that there is an external conspiracy, so I should stop trying to divide from within. Rahul Gandhi doesn't understand that. He's not mature enough to understand that. You're telling me that.
Arnab,
you are telling me a 55-year-old political leader does not realize that there are external enemies against my nation. मुझे भी इधर चिंगारी लगाना बंद करना चाहिए.
He doesn't look at us as a nation.
What are you talking about? Can you answer me here? I am concerned. Let me tell you, he's right. He's right. When in acts of terrorism there is no caste or religion among the victims. Rohan is on the debate. Rohan.
Arnab, the most important thing is, every time in India, whenever conspiracy happens, the opposition tries to take into Hindu Muslims. We are not here questioning any Muslim. Anybody who is against the country, anybody does conspiracy, that should be taken to task. Here the problem is the appeasement mindset of the opposition party. They feel that if they question the conspiracy, if they question the people who have appealed to do this kind of incidences, their certain vote bank will be angry. Even when I came and met you at the studio, we discussed the same thing. This is all about the mindset. You have to talk about India, whoever it is, Hindu, Muslim. If it is against the country, you have to take them to the task, and you all should be united.
The moment the terrorist realizes that the more you target India, the more the country will be united, there will be no terrorist attacks. That's why I'm saying the instigation is also by politicians.
Rahul Gandhi is no fool. Let me just say don't give this man lightly. Rahul Gandhi is a schemer. He's from the land of Machiavelli. He's no pappu. He knows what he's doing. It's a deliberate design. He maligns us again. He goes to the US. You know what he said again? We are not a nation. We are a union of states.
Make a point here,
Again,
please?
we are not a
Arnab,
nation.
can I make
Your
a
leader does not
important
even
point?
accept India as a nation. So where is the question of nation first?
Now, I
Arnab,
want to
can I
get a
make
couple of
okay,
responses and
thank
I'm
you.
going back to
Arnab, the
Mr.
fact of the
Dubey.
matter, can I get 30 seconds?
Mr.
Rohan Gupta, you mentioned that the Congress party, in order to appease a vote bank, respected sir, let me take you by the horn. Are you trying to say that the Muslims of India, according to you, who are a vote bank of Congress party, would be happy with any such terror activity? Can you say that, sir, in clear words?
Infiltrate into JNK every month. Mr. Rohan Gupta. Now, when you want to talk about terror, when you talk about your own security and your own intelligence, it is Mr. Rohan Gupta who was coordinating the government.
Tied up with NC.
Just a minute.
They have said that they want talks with Pakistan. They say that they want trade with Pakistan. Don't talk about terrorism.
No. Your alliance, one minute. You belong to an alliance today, Kapil, where your alliance leaders in Kashmir are saying that hanging Afzal Guru was a mistake. Why can't Rahul Gandhi say that that's a terrible thing? I will walk out of the alliance on that.
They want trade with Pakistan.
Is Mohabbat ki dukaan to take a pro-Afzal Guru position?
Afzal Guru ke liye bahut mohabbat
They
hai.
want to abrogate 370.
People have already seen through.
दावा मिटाने करने वाले कहां मुंह छिपा कर किसके लिए बोल रहे थे? अपनी सरकार में किसको पॉइंट आउट कर रहे थे ये तो बता दें।
अरे एनसी के लिए बोलिए, उनको पाकिस्तान के साथ ट्रेड चाहिए, पाकिस्तान के साथ बातचीत चाहिए, अलग झंडा चाहिए, 370 हटाना है। आप कौन से मुंह से बात कर रहे हैं? शर्म आनी चाहिए हर चीज में। You should stop politics in all the things. You should look at country.
I'm asking now. I want to go to retired DIG NND Pandey, NND Dubey. Mr. Dubey, 1 minute. Mr. Dubey. See, there is also an element of concern here. See, the political debate will continue. Now, traveling in the Indian Railways is not an option. It is the greatest necessity. Now, what can be done? See, can citizens play a role? We need a sort of QRT response to the present situation. What would that be? Sir, because since Balasore to now, it's been continuing. And of late, the number of incidents, though averted, are more frequent. Which means there's somebody behind all of this. So,
actually, sir, the total track line in India, we are handling and we are running the trains. Railway is already taking adequate care of guarding and to check the tracks. That is one thing. They are taking many measures for that.
Correct.
My point is that physically it is not possible to guard 1,27,000 kilometer railway line in this country.
Yes.
So the requirement is we have to go against the people who are doing it.
Yeah.
All these are
politically
well-established modules.
I totally with you,
They
sir.
are modules.
Totally with you, sir.
Until
totally with you,
that,
sir.
we can't achieve any result.
You have to explain this more, because you see, we can't be helpless. I don't like to sit in a studio and say, my God, this Rahul Gandhi every day instigating people everywhere.
122 cases happened in Kerala, small attempt.
Sir, I was shocked.
None of the case
122 attempts
in last
to sabotage the railways.
Sir, from 2010 and in current 2024, 22 attempts have been made. Those were not the explosive exactly, but there have been one incident when two kerosene oil filled bottles were used in Kerala. So what they are doing, they are collecting the explosive from the crackers.
Yes.
They are taking it out from the matchboxes.
Yes.
They are creating local made bombs, crude bombs. They are attaching it with the kerosene oil. And what I want to tell you, even they create a small problem on the railway track, in railway coaches, their aim is achieved.
Why can't we give exemplary punishment to these people and expose
Can I come
them?
in on that?
And for UAP
I
Act,
have to come in on that.
and I
Make an example.
They're still crying for
Arnab, can I
What is
come in
more
on that?
exemplary than
A
the death
larger point
sentence?
to make.
I'm sorry, but the Congress Party NC position on defending Afzal Guru, I want everybody in the country to know now, if this is the position and Rahul Gandhi won't even say that is wrong.
Correct.
He'll say, no, fine, you defend Afzal Guru. Well, I'll talk about Mohabbat ki dukaan.
Arnab, you mentioned about the punishment. Arnab, let me tell you, as a
much time
responsible
do I
Indian
have
progressive Muslim on this front, nothing short of a capital punishment for any act against my country.
Afzal Guru
Absolutely
got
nothing
capital
short of
punishment,
capital
Abbas,
punishment.
but Congress,
Also,
NC are still
Abhishek, allow
crying
me
for
to
him,
complete
yaar.
my point,
Come on.
my friend. Allow
Come
me
on,
to
Abbas.
complete my point, my friend. Thank you.
Sorry.
Rohan Gupta ji, you made a very, very strong statement, sir. I think you need to tell me, is it your stand or the BJP stand? You said that the Rahul Gandhi keeps quiet on such incidents to appease a vote bank.
Yes.
The vote bank you refer is to the Muslim vote bank.
Yes.
Do you think that the Indian Muslims will be happy with any terror activity? Is this your stand or your party stand? Make it clear.
Absolutely not. No.
Okay,
no.
let him
This is what
clarify.
you have to understand. That's what I say. When opposition party plays the appeasement politics, they are scared. I am not questioning my Muslim brothers and sisters because it is a mindset
Arnab,
of
can you
opposition
play it
parties.
back, please?
If they
Can you
speak
play
against
back
this
his
kind of
statement?
conspiracy,
He said
some
that
particular
Rahul
people
Gandhi
will
will
be
be
unhappy. If they
silent
speak
to
against triple
appease the
talaq,
vote bank.
somebody will be
What are
unhappy.
you trying to
If
say,
they
Rohan
speak
Gupta?
against Sanatan's insult,
What are you
somebody
trying to say?
will be
I
Is
still
this your
remember.
stand or your party?
I still remember. You know, I think we have forgotten. And in conclusion, I would like to say one thing. When I started my career as an editor, when I launched and founded Times Now, and in 2006, I remember one of the big stories we did was the attacks by terrorists on trains and stations in Mumbai. And 186 people had died, 700 people had been wounded. It was second week of July. The problem is, people who talk about, intelligence failure and things like that, what do they have to say about what happened then? At least the Congress party continued to talk. And Manmohan Singh became an apologist for the Pakistani intelligence forces in the Pakistani state after what happened. So viewers, we are taking the present situation for granted. We must understand, if there are people who think that the election results will see a weaker India, we need to come out stronger. Politics is one thing, ladies and gentlemen. On this, we need to come together. We'll report the story even if nobody else does. And I'll see you tomorrow at 9. Good night and goodbye.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.